pencils in this game?
Yeah, the pencil's in your asshole.
Why would there be a pencil in my asshole?
Cause you're weird, and you like pencils.
Thanks for the gun. Hello? This kid's mom just kicked him out because he was saying curse words.
Tornado Kid.
Hello? This kid's mom just kicked him out because he was saying curse words.
Tornado Kid. I think most people have gotten carried away while playing video games at least once in their life. From stalling the process of going to eat dinner with your parents because you want to finish your competitive match to saying that you don't want to hang out with your girlfriend because the brand new Call of Duty released. It's happened to all of us at one point, but this kid took things to a whole new level. He was so stimulated playing Fortnite that he didn't realize that there was a tornado outside that was about to destroy his house. In fact, he only realized once he saw his neighbor's house being destroyed.
What you were doing and what you saw.
I was sitting at home and I was playing Fortnite, and all of a sudden I just hear a bunch of noise, and I look out the window and I start seeing the roof come off the houses in front of me. But then I sit back down because I only got like a couple people left in my gang. I was gonna try to finish the game, but then it just started getting worse, and then I started seeing the power lines come down. So I told my sister and my nephew to come to the bathroom so everything would be okay.
And what's going through your mind as you said you're in the bathroom with your sister and nephew?
I'm like, honestly, I was just thinking about the game.
Breaker. Making your siblings rage can be an art form. Sometimes it goes beautifully well and there are no consequences, but other times, well, things can go really badly. There's a Batman quote which claims either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that's exactly what happens here.
Hey,
He's in a recording.
back away, you freaking moron.
Why?
Because last time you unplugged it when I was in a 1v1.
Okay, and that was funny.
No, it wasn't.
Why?
Shut up.
Well, I could just like knock the TV off.
Back! Oh my god, back away. Shut up.
He's gonna like punch me or something. Come on, dude. Come on, Mr. Ninja.
You're not even funny.
He claims he's like better than Ninja or something.
Because I am.
That nut. Okay, dude.
Shut up.
Why?
I'm starting to feel like everyone's lives are going places and mine's stuck. Change is possible. I want to run the New York City Marathon. We're going backwards.
Man, here we go, man.
Quick, drop a like and subscribe in the next 10 seconds if you guys want to know how and when Kevin the Cube, the Floating Island version, will be returning to Fortnite Battle Royale. Do you want a free Season X Battle Pass? Well, simply make sure you subscribe to the channel with the post notification bell turned on and comment your Epic Game ID down below. That way I can add some of you and send you the Battle Pass for free. We're also super close to 650,000 total subscribers, so everybody watching the video right now, if you're not subscribed, hit the big red button and you potentially also could be the 650,000th subscriber. Want me to give away more Battle Passes, increasing everybody's odds of getting one and support me? Well, simply make sure to use code FriendlyMachine in the item shop. Let me know if you're rocking the code and your Epic Games ID down below. That way I can hook some of you guys up with some V-Bucks. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video. So Season X, it's safe to say, is one of the craziest and wackiest seasons we've ever seen thus far in terms of not being able to predict future things coming. In today's video, however, despite all the recent teasers or all the ones since the start of Season X or before it, whether it's showcased in the Season X trailer, the Battle Pass or even the map changes about Kevin the Cube's return, we have some new information obviously confirming this being the case, when it will be and why it will be happening, or even how. And also we're going to be showcasing toward the end of the video an in-game showcase before this is actually implemented of the newest revamped Floating Island reappearing with Kevin the Cube attached to it during Season X. So make sure you're sticking around and watching the full thing today, because I guarantee you guys you won't want to miss anything. So firstly, to understand what's going to be going on with the return of Kevin the Cube in the near future, we firstly need to understand his involvement or role in the storyline thus far. So as of the 24th of August 2018, many of you may have witnessed in-game or through replay mode or anywhere across social media here the spawn of Kevin the Cube into our Fortnite realm on the outskirts of Paradise Palms through one particular large lightning strike. This was obviously in Season 5 and made his way throughout the season all the way toward Loot Lake, where he eventually at the end of it sank into it, creating a giant bounce pad of the lake. Many people thought this was the disappearance forever of Kevin the Cube, however days after, in the Season 6 trailer physically shown our first look at the map changes, Kevin arose in not only a way that shocked many players, but fully intact, obviously making the floating island float itself by powering it throughout all the energy. The cube then travelled around the island to 7 particular rune imprinted spots, of which it left when travelling around the map to charge up more of this energy, where it seemingly became too much in the butterfly event and then exploded because of this overload of energy or power, seemingly transporting us for the first time to a new realm called the In-Between, where the butterfly event then occurred. After this, Kevin the Cube was seen no more in our Fortnite realm throughout any sort of map change until small memorials like the one in Neo Tilted sprouted and the one we see around our map today, and also where Kevin the Cube originally spawned in. Considering this mysterious energy-powered cube that we like to call Kevin has off-thrown us in terms of its whereabouts in the past or it actually being still fully intact, players have speculated for many seasons it will be making a return, but now only that theory is becoming true. We firstly know this and got confirmed toward Kevin the Cube's floating island form returning from the butterfly event before it literally exploded because of the energy through the downtime update leaks today as of August 27th for the 10.20 update. Not only revealing a ton of things such as this island literally returning as mesh shown in the files, but also a loading screen where it can be seen crossing with a big storm behind it over fatal fields. This loading screen actually correlates to the week 6 set of challenges being the week 6 loading screen and actually is called or titled The Return, implying that yes, Kevin the Cube will not only be returning, but it will be in week 6, considering this is when all the challenge set allocated that this loading screen has been pulled or data mined from. From taking a closer look and inspection of this image, you can clearly see upon looking further into it, in the background more so of what's contained on the island rather below it being the cube, is not the house we saw obviously on this floating island, the Loot Lake house literally pulled up from underneath the water in Season 6. Despite this being a difference from what we saw as mentioned in Season 6, this ultimately confirms Kevin the Cube's floating island form return, considering the theme of this season is a time twist. Obviously everything pulled back through time is not identical to what it once was. For example, here we have Dusty Depot's ordering of the warehouses, and as you can see in Season 1 to 3 it was different, the ordering or the colour code of the order of warehouses compared to now in Season X. We also have the meteor frozen in time, which is different from what it once was before crashing or crashing anyways into our map, creating Dusty Divot literally shown in the Season 4 trailer, considering the visitor has already escaped from his capsule, which took until like week 7 or 8 of Season 4 for him to be broken out of this meteor upon crashing. Referring back to what we briefly touched upon about the meshes of this map change being implemented to the files, obviously because of the fact, well, we have this loading screen indicating this particular map change, we also were able, thanks to data miners, to pull this into the game, and here is a showcase in video form by Fortori of what this will actually look like. The location, I just want to state firstly, will not be the same as it's presented in the video, obviously because this was just pulled from the game's files and put into a random place on the map, but obviously it's identical, the island and the cube itself attached to it, to what we can see in the loading screen, with all of this mixture of buildings throughout time pulled and mixed and matched together on top of the floating island itself. Most of the things we can see on the floating island were pulled from the OG motel location. As you can see, we also have a motel sign on top of this island in the video clip, as well as clearly shown in the loading screen. For those who don't know, the block has replaced since then this OG motel location, hence why it's OG and no longer in the map to be seen. Now that we've explored already without it being in the game this floating island, returning in Season X anyways, and the form it will return in, let's hop into how this will be, because obviously it will take some drastic measures of time travel or opening of portals through dimensions in our Fortnite realm to drag this floating island through, and obviously the only method we've seen up until now that's able to pull things back through time are the rift beacons being constructed at Dusty Depot. Obviously the rift beacons cover enough ground or surface anyways in spherical form to actually have this pulled back through, considering the size or the amount of things they're able to pull back through when they're activated. Considering we're also seeing rift beacons literally sprout around everywhere on our Fortnite island, it could be anywhere that this is actually pulled back through, but my best guess is obviously where the loading screen depicts it to be, near fatal fields. This then would obviously imply that a rift beacon was implemented near this location, so make sure you're keeping your eyes out to see if this is updated in the following weeks to come, or even days. Another method of how this could be implemented is at the OG Loot Lake vicinity of the map, obviously through this orb itself reactivate, and as you can see right now, upon it exploding and creating all the time twisting events we've already seen, or basically starting them, it seems to be frozen in time, but what if it were to activate again and bring back through in this particular spot the floating island with Kevin attached to it. Also considering last year this was the Halloween themed season 6, where Kevin made this form of appearance in floating island form anyways, we could be seeing, based off developments made after its newest implementation or dragged through time in Season X, this then leading onto our Halloween theme for the next season, which will be Season XI or 11. By all means, I'm not saying the floating island will be around in Fortnite until then, but it may start a chain of events now leading up to how Season XI or 11 will ultimately start, with a Halloween basis or theme, considering it runs through the Halloween period, and this is the most popular time for Fortnite anyways in terms of comparison to any other in the year. Even if this does or doesn't happen, definitely expect the return of what we saw in the last Halloween period theme season, being Season 6, with the return of the zombie husks, obviously because the have that much energy, you can literally spawn in these kind of shards of cubes and spawns on this game.
So I basically already just earned $1. Yeah, what, $1? $1.50. Yeah. $1.50. Just yeah. We just got it. Oh, give me.
I think we all learned a valuable lesson.
Oh, no, I just earned $1.
Well, Commander, time to enjoy your new upgraded storm shield. You definitely
I
earned
just
it.
earned $1. I just earned $1.50 from that. everything's on there.